Last week, we talked about depletion, default cycle, how you can have all the right tools and still default when your energy's gone. This week, I want to talk about a kind of fuel that nobody puts on their to-do list, self-trust. Because here's what I've learned. When you trust yourself, your decisions, your no, your voice, your right to rest, everything takes less energy. And when you don't, everything takes more. Let me start by reframing something. We think of courage as this big, loud thing, quitting the job, confronting the person, making the dramatic change. And those moments exist, but they're rare, maybe a handful in your whole life. The courage that actually changes your life is quieter. It's saying no without over-explaining. It's resting when your whole system is screaming that rest is lazy. It's admitting you're struggling instead of performing fine. It's protecting your morning routine when the world wants you available at 6 a.m. It's pausing before you say yes and actually trusting what the pause reveals. That's not the courage anyone makes movies about, but it's the courage that builds a designed life every single day. So why is this kind of courage so hard? Because most high-achieving women have been trained to trust everyone's opinion of them more than their own. Think about it. From the time you were young, you got rewarded for performing, for getting it right, for being reliable, for reading the room and delivering exactly what people expected. That's external trust. People trust you and it feels amazing. It feels like safety, but it comes at a cost. You stop building that internal trust. You stop asking yourself what you actually want. You stop listening to your own instincts because the external feedback loop is so loud and so constant that your own voice gets buried underneath it. And then something breaks. You get fired, the relationship ends, your body gives out, and you reach for the thing that's supposed to catch you, your belief in yourself, and there's nothing there. Because you spent your whole life building everyone else's trust in you and forgot to build your own. I know this because I lived it. I had titles, corner office, a reputation as someone you could count on, but I didn't trust my own voice. I sat in rooms where I had something valuable to say and stayed quiet, not because I didn't have the words, but because I was afraid of what speaking might cost me. I didn't trust my own no. I said yes to everything because no felt like a career risk. I didn't trust my own needs. If I was tired, I pushed. If I was hurting, I performed. When I lost that role, when the external validation vanished overnight, I had nothing to stand on because I'd never built the floor myself. Rebuilding self-trust wasn't fast and it wasn't dramatic. It was small, daily things, like honoring my morning routine, even when no one was watching. Saying no to one thing and not apologizing for it. Letting my husband see a bad day instead of performing, I'm fine. Resting when I was tired instead of pushing through to prove something to nobody. Each one felt tiny, but each one was a deposit. And eventually, the account had something in it. Here's why this matters for the energy conversation we've been having. When you don't trust yourself, everything costs more. Every decision requires validation from someone else first. That's exhausting. Every boundary requires permission. That too is exhausting. Every creative impulse gets second-guessed to death. That's exhausting. Rest comes loaded with guilt because you haven't earned it yet. That's exhausting. But when you trust yourself, your no, your voice, your needs, your right to take up space, the energy those things were consuming gets freed up. It's like closing background programs on your phone and suddenly there's battery you didn't know you had. Self-trust isn't a personality trait, it's a fuel source, and it's one of the most renewable ones you'll ever find. So this week, notice, where are you reaching for someone else's approval before you make a decision? Where are you second-guessing something you already know? And where is the absence of self-trust quietly draining your energy? And try one deposit, one small act of trusting yourself, a no without an apology, a rest without guilt, a decision made from your own center instead of someone else's. I made a free tool this month called the Fuel Check. It helps you map what's filling you, what's draining you across all 8 pillars. Subscribe to the alignment letter to get it. The link's in my bio. Next week, we're going to be talking about sustainable systems, how to turn these insights into actual rhythms that last. Because awareness without structure is just another thing that sounds good and fades by Thursday. And remember, you're not behind, you're building. I'll see you next week.